Hello and welcome to another week's edition of the Weekly Waller Review Show. We had a good week last week with Hogmanay and Zumbalina.
Yeah, two good winners. Both had won their previous start. Zumbalina's unbeaten this preparation, and she now goes for a short break and prepares for the autumn carnival. And Hogmanay continues on racing through the next few months and hopefully picking up more of the 100,000 prize money on offer. So, yeah, both connections were very, very happy, and a couple of good winners at the provincials too, weren't there?
Yeah, we did. Very nice performances.
Namely,
Axiomatic and Jaminza.
Axiomatic, Charles Bishop, it was his first winner. You'll see a bit of him over the next few weeks. We've got two riders from England and Ireland. Both ride very well, equal to, I would say, a second tier city jockey, and they may have improved themselves better than that. You'll see them in town over coming months, especially when the riding ranks are a bit short. You book the jockeys, Charlie, it's not easy, is it?
No, it is not. It is not.
So with these two boys, at least they can ride the minimum weight. They're very strong. They've both ridden group and listed winners, and well over 150 winners apiece, riding for some of the better stables in Europe. So they're doing a good job at the provincials. I'm not sure how long they'll put up with that before they start asking to come into town, but you'll gradually see them sneak in over the next few weeks.
Absolutely. And we had some good news in Sydney with the ATC making a media release about the Chinese Racing Festival in February.
That's good. We've just got back from, I've just got back from a quick trip to Hong Kong prior to the international meeting, and it was, very refreshing to see the amount of interest in Australian racing, and the way we were received up there was great. We've got some good owners up there, but there was a lot of other people also showing interest in particular in Sydney racing, so I was overwhelmed, to tell you the truth. If we can resemble the same passion that they have, the Asians have, for the Singapore, Hong Kong, Macau racing, if we could get some of that flow-on effect, I think it would be a big win for our industry.
Absolutely. Right. Let's crack straight into Saturday. We're starting off at Randwick. We have Redoutable Heart, Blake Shin, barrier 13.
Winner last start, same jockey horse combination. Barrier makes it a little bit harder, but he's going well. Charlie's both runs back from his long spell. Could have easily been wins, and fortunately last start it was.
And we also have Metallic Crown.
He won first up, but he struggled in his two subsequent runs, so wide draw. Big plus is he's got Hugh Bowman aboard. Hopefully Hugh can just get him across and not spend too much early, and hopefully finish off strong.
Into the Christmas Cup, we have three. We have Index Linked.
Yeah, it hasn't won since Hugh Bowman last rode him, which was the Tattersalls Cup back in Queensland in June. So it's time for him to fire. He's not getting any younger. He's still up in the top of the weights, which makes it hard, of course. But 2,400 metres should suit, and obviously with Hugh Bowman aboard, it's a big plus.
And Beyond Thankful ran a cracker last start.
He certainly did, second in a listed 2,000 metre event. Good form coming into this race. The negative is he's got a wide draw to contend with, and he's not the easiest of rides, but fortunately we've got Blake Shin on aboard again, and he'll give him every possible chance.
And Soviet Courage.
Winner last start, Glenn Schofield, I think won all his races on,
isn't he?
Probably 4 from 4. He was out long time out of the winner's circle. Good win on a good track last start, in a very tough run race, or strongly run race. He came out on top. Big step up in grade for him on Saturday. That's the big query, but it's winning form. There's a few in this race that haven't won for a while.
And into the Villiers Amavacia.
Yeah, well, he's coming back from Melbourne from two good fourth placings from memory down there. Obviously in good quality races. He's got the second to top weight behind Dibiani in this race on Saturday. Barrier 1, Hugh Bowman. He's going to get a nice easy run, hopefully in a midfield position. He'll storm home late. The tough Randwick Mile should suit.
Okay, and into the Razor Shot 1200 we have Honorous, barrier 8.
He's been a bit of a query. This horse got beaten a nose in the Greys race in Melbourne. His form prior to that was okay. His run since then was poor. We've since freshened him up, brought him back in distance, and from memory the blinkers go on. Pretty sure. We'll check that before Saturday anyway. So he's a chance of improving, but he is running out of his grade.
And in the lucky last, we have Quick Defence.
Yeah, well, blinkers go on him for sure. So we're trying to just change things up with him. He's failed to find his 2 runs. We don't stop trying. We'll continue to work with him. He's drawn awkwardly. Probably go back with the blinkers on and make him attack the line. Whether it works on Saturday, I don't know, but it might just change his way of thinking and at least get him finishing his races off better.
And Sonic Swish on the backup.
Ran a blinder last Saturday. This was always the plan to run him this Saturday. I thought the 7-day backup might just help the horse settle, but little did we know he would settle as well as he did last start. He ended up dropping out the back, spotting them probably 10 lengths at the 600 metre mark. Came with an almighty run just to get beat, probably a long head or a head, to run 3rd. I then thought, well, gee, why are you panicking to back him up? But look, he's pulled up well, he's drawn well. Hugh Bowman rides. It's a race we first had in mind for him. It'd be silly to wait a week and not know what draw we're going to get next week. So I think he's got a pretty good chance to round out the day in a winning note.
Okay, and then straight down to Flemington, we have a big team down there. We have Labdian to kick us off, Barrow 10 of 10.
Yeah, she was a bit disappointing last preparation. She did fine form in Melbourne last prep, including a Group 3 placing. So she's back down there. She's had 2 jump outs over consecutive weeks. She's drawn wide. She'll go back and see how she finishes off. At least she's at Flemington. It gives them a chance to win from all positions.
Into the 2500 metre race, we have 4 Carat.
Also drawn wide. Craig Newitt rides. He'll go back, ridden quiet. See how he finishes off. We've gone up in grade with him because he was disappointing last start, carrying a big weight. 2 subsequent runs were very good in group races or groups. The Sandown Cup over 2 miles and then the race on Melbourne Cup Day. 2800 out of his grade, but ran a blinder on both occasions. So he had less weight then. He'll have less weight on Saturday.
Okay, then into the 2000 metre race, we have 4, starting off with Dancer Heroes.
Going good, but he's a victim of the 61 kilo penalty in Sydney. The administrators can't see that it does have an effect on horses. We're working with them first hand. I can tell you it does. Firstly, they don't quite perform as well as they would with, say, 59. It's a big, might not sound much to the average punter, but 2 kilos at that top end of the scale is massive. Not only that, every horse has a breaking point, and 61 kilos is a breaking point for most horses. When they're running against similar horses, if they're better than them, it's no problem. But when you're a Dance of Heroes and that's your grade, you can't win with 61. You might say, well, he's only got 60 kilos on Saturday at Flemington. Well, in my opinion, that 1 kilo does mean a lot, and it's the best race I could find for him. I would have had him in a race that I thought he could carry 59 and 58, but they're not there. So I'm simply doing the best I can with placing my horses to get a return for the owners, and just as important, make sure the horses are running consistently for punters. We do care about them. They are important. But the administrators, it falls on deaf ears. Disappointing.
Okay. Loving Home.
He was back in winning form last start with the Terrelbin Cup win. Craig Newitt rides again. I think 2,000 metres, or 1,900 as it was last start, is his right journey. I don't think he gets an metre past that. He's in winning form. It's a big plus.
Hipparchus.
He's ready to win. Didn't suit the Moonee Valley track last start, in my opinion. His 2 subsequent runs were brilliant. He's drawn 1 or thereabouts. Be very hard to beat.
And finally in Costerline.
Yeah, backing up from last Saturday, it was just too short. Reason the 4 are all running together. We've basically got the same amount up here as well. 4 horses will be running last week in the 2,000 metre race, the 1,800 metres next week. So we've got to try and split them up. And in Melbourne, there's not a suitable race for 3 weeks. So there's 2 options. You either move them on, which is not fair on the owners because they're all still winning good prize money. You leave 1 at home. That's not fair on the owners because they're not going to win prize money at home. Or you run them together and give them their chance. They're not horses that win consecutive races. They're horses that need luck. Hopefully they get luck on Saturday.
Okay, and finally Loophole.
Second up over a mile is a big concern. There was no pace on his first up run. He still got home okay over the last 100, but He's preparing for a 2,000 metre race in 2 weeks and then the Gosford Cup after that. So he needs to run somewhere, and if there's good speed on, well, of course he's a winning chance, but if there's no speed on, he's going to find it a bit short.
Okay, and we'll quickly whistle through Friday night. Starting off at Canterbury, we have Woogok and Cosmic Engine.
Cosmic Engine was a good maiden winner at Kembla last start. He'll run well. Woogok needs to improve, but he has won at Canterbury in the past.
Okay, and then into the 1900 metre race, we have No Return, Austin and Barassi Bell.
Austin was narrowly beaten last start. He'll appreciate stepping up to the 1900. Brassy Bell's drawn wide, but running good races, but we might ride her quiet just to change things with her and give her a chance to finish off because she's got a few tricks. And No Return, he's drawn a bit wide. Blake Shin back aboard. He's never far away, but he needs luck to win.
Okay, and Moonee Valley, we have Balbo and Destination Tucson.
Both in the same race. Destination Tucson's drawn wide. She'll need a bit of luck. She'll come from well back. Balbo, at least got Damien Oil aboard from a good gate. It's not a strong race. Be disappointed if they couldn't both figure in the finish.
Okay, that's it. Have a great weekend, folks.